are not landing cleanly.
As he moves forward, trying to get Skull against the ropes. Now has him in the corner, and that's when he can unload two of them, and it dropped the hands of Skull.
Jagba trying to counter with right hands against the ropes. There is the signature shot there from Bakoli. Wicked counter there from Jagba, but look at Bakoli, back with a two-punch combination.
And it's easy to forget, but Garcia against Haney lost most of the rounds where he did not score a knockdown. He scored 3 of them, but he was getting outboxed otherwise.
Bending himself. Good right hand. Good combination.
Yeah, and I want to see Haney throw some uppercuts. He did fire back, but it's really not his nature.
Moving laterally every time Ramirez comes remotely.
Big Bear has a long record of success as a training location for a lot of top fighters.
Good right hand by Barboza.
Here comes
Inoue just getting more and more work done.
His hands are getting dropped too low. 15 seconds for the monster left to work. Cardenas can't take a knee. 10 seconds left. Looks to answer back.
Oh, big right hand.
Well, it's been a hectic week in boxing. Some good ones, some bad ones. Let's start with Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. I don't say this often, but that fight was more than great. It was entertaining from start to finish. To be honest, I didn't really care who won. Most of us already knew Eubank Jr. will win. But unlike other cherry-picked matchups, this one was a real grudge fight. Family pride was on the line, and once again, Eubanks did it. 2-0 for Eubanks' family. There shouldn't be a rematch. The result will be the same. Conor Benn should drop down to 147. I think he'd do well there. As for Eubank Jr., I don't see him becoming a world champion at middleweight. That's my opinion. Then we had Ryan Garcia losing to Rolly Romero. When Romero dropped him in the second round, you could tell right then that writing was on the wall. After that, Garcia looked shaky. He kept his guard up, but didn't throw much back. No sharp jabs, no fast combos. He looked flat and hesitant. He lost that hunger. He seemed more worried about getting knocked out again. I didn't think he trained properly for this fight. Maybe he thought he could just walk in and beat Romero. A few months ago, he was supposed to do an exhibition match with an Asian full contact fighter. That never happened. And now he's lost to Rolly. Didn't look like a big crowd either. The arena was half empty for a main event. On the same night, Devin Haney beat Jose Ramirez. When Ryan Garcia beat Haney, he got cocky, full of ego and online drama, but he was lucky he didn't lose to Haney back then, and he showed class this time. Sharp defense, great footwork. When he can't dominate, he falls back on his movement, draws his opponents in, throws fast combos, then slips out of range. That's what makes him dangerous. And his ring IQ is high. His angles, timing, and slippage are top notch. I still say he's more skilled than Garcia. Was the fight exciting? Not really. It was boring. Haney going round and round the ring. I was getting giddy watching it. But Haney did what he had to do. He's hard to hit. Reminds me of a mini Mayweather sometimes. As for Garcia, I'm not sure he bounces back from this loss. His career could start to slide. Haney, on the other hand, is going up. Then there was Teofimo Lopez versus Barboza. Great fight. Lopez is one of the best out there right now. The way he moved, slipping in and out, landing combos, very impressive. Can't wait to see him back in the ring. And then we had Martin Bakol versus Efe Ajekba. Bakol was once labeled the most dangerous heavyweight. Everyone was supposedly attacking him. But after Joseph Parker demolished him, he got exposed. Against Ajekba, he looked flat-footed. He relied on power punches, but they didn't work. Efe took his shots well and fired back. Bakol should have been able to finish Efe, just like he did to Jared Anderson, but his defense was poor. His head was too easy to hit, and that's why Parker knocked him out. Just another hyped-up fighter getting exposed. If he faces another heavy puncher, he's in trouble. As for Efe, this is his limit. He's not troubling Parker, Du Bois, Joshua, Agi Kabayel, or Hergovich. And I won't even mention Usyk or Fury. He's nowhere near that level. If Moses Utama faces them, I'm confident he beats both. Moses is young, hungry, and patiently climbing. He just needs experience and confidence. In a few years, he'll be going for a title. I'm sure of it. And finally, Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull. Slow start. Both guys were cautious, testing each other out. Canelo did what he always does. Stopped, waited, looked for an opening. But after 5 rounds, it got boring. Skull gave him too much respect. He didn't commit to any big attacks. Canelo was trying to slow him down to the body, but Skull's stamina kept him going. He survived to the final bell, but clearly lost on points. It was a dull fight, and now people are writing Canelo off, saying he's slowing down and won't trouble Crawford. I disagree. I think Canelo held back on purpose. 1, Skull never came to fight, and 2, Crawford was watching. Canelo didn't want to show too much and couldn't take my eyes off Turkey al-Sheikh, standing trying to spur Canelo on. He wanted more action. So the promotion for Canelo versus Crawford in September will be hot. But Canelo looked half asleep, and I was getting bored. I went to put the coffee machine on. Still, I believe when he faces Crawford, we'll see a completely different Canelo, and he's going to demolish Crawford. And finally, Naoya Inoue stops Ramon Cardenas. What can I say? Inoue brought some much-needed respect back to boxing. Ramon Cardenas had his moment. He dropped Inoue in the second round with a flash knockdown. But just like we've seen before, that only woke the monster up. It was just like Louis Nuri fight. Nuri dropped Inoue in a round 1. Inoue got up and then started to punish him. Against Cardenas, it was the same story. Ramon stood his ground for 8 rounds, but Inoue's volume and precision started to break him down. The referee had no choice. He stepped in to stop the fight and prevent more damage. Even Ramon's trainer warned him. He was thinking about stopping the fight too. He knew his fighter was taking too much punishment. Whether it came from the corner or the ref, the writing was on the wall. Inoue's relentless pace, the power, the accuracy, it was just too much. Full credit to Cardenas. He took it like a warrior, and he admitted afterwards he was getting hit with too many shots. No excuses, just honesty. And Inoue, once again, he shows why he's special. Not just a knockout artist, but a champion who knows how to come back, break you down, and take over. The monster continues to deliver. But he has a weakness. He can't take a punch. If he moves up a weight and gets hit by a heavier puncher, he might not get up. But he has the intelligence to change tactics to outthink his opponent as the rounds go on. That's what I call a great boxer. So my conclusion is Inoue to march on as undefeated in 2025. Garcia is done, he's finished. David Haney to march on. Martin Bacol is the biggest hype. And when TalkSport and others were hyping him up last year, I was laughing my head off. These people say anything to get views. He beat Jared Anderson, and suddenly he was hyped as next world champion. And now they're hyping in Du Bois to beat Usyk. And Teofimo Lopez to march on. Can't wait to see him again. And finally, Canelo to beat Crawford in September. Well, that's my take on the fights from the last few days. Now I'm looking forward to getting back into the boxing gym myself, bashing the heavy bag, getting back in shape and fit, even at 71 years old. Thanks for watching, folks. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.